Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to do an easy and simple makeup for new beginners who are going to be going into makeup. I made this video specifically for my friend Jocelyn, so shout out to you because she's finally getting into makeup and I'm so excited. But she's a little confused, and I know that there's a lot of other people who are confused and want to get into makeup, so I thought this video would be super helpful. And it's a really easy video. I used a mix of drugstore and high-end products, so let's just go ahead and get started. So of course you want to start off with a fresh and clean face, so I went ahead and washed my face. This is my bare skin. And I also went ahead and put on a facial moisturizer. This is just the e.l.f. Daily Hydration Moisturizer. And I like this because it's really lightweight on the skin and it goes perfectly under any foundation or BB cream because it's light, but it still gives you that hydration and moisture you need. And then we're gonna go ahead and move on to primer. I recently just got this. This is the Origins Original Skin Pore Perfecting Cooling Primer. It's a lot of words, but I've been using this for like 3 days now and I really like it. So we're gonna go ahead and put that all over the face just so that our makeup stays in place throughout the whole entire day. Oh. This has a really nice cooling effect to the skin. It's like really fresh and minty almost. After putting all that primer, we're gonna go ahead and put some lip balm on because I'm in desperate need right now. It's very important to put some lip balm, especially in this type of weather. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, after we put in the lip balm, I'm gonna go ahead and cover a couple of my acne spots. I have a lot of redness going on, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this Physicians Formula Mineral Wear Cushion Corrector and Primer Duo. So I'm gonna take the green one right here, and I'm just gonna dot that all over any redness I have in my skin, just to, you know, cover that up. It's actually my first time using this, so hopefully it works out. But oh, okay. Now you don't necessarily have to do this. You could go ahead and just put in your BB cream or foundation right away. But I have a lot of redness, so I just want to do this extra step to really cover it up. So usually if I'm going to wear a sparkly or glittery eyeshadow, I will start with my brows and eyes. But since we're going for a more natural matte eyeshadow look for today's video, then I'm going to go ahead and start with my face because we're not going to really deal with any fallout anyways, and if we are, we're just going to brush it off. But usually with glittery eyeshadows, they're a lot messier, so I tend to start with my eyes first. So for foundation, I'm taking the Wet n Wild PhotoFocus foundation in the shade Soft Beige. I don't really think this is my color, but this was like the closest one at the store, so whatever. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply that all over the skin. This is a medium to full coverage foundation depending on how many layers you put. I only put usually 1.5 layers because I don't want to go all that. I mean, I'm not really doing anything today, so just gonna put that all over my face. And then taking my Real Techniques Beauty Blender brush, that's not a brush. And taking my Real Techniques sponge, I'm gonna just dab that all over the face. Yeah, it's a little light for me. You also want to go and cover your eyelid with the foundation just to have an even coverage. And you never want to forget the neck. Never forget to put foundation down your neck. Trust me. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put a second layer, or just 1.5. Now keep in mind you don't have to wear foundation every day. I don't wear foundation every day at all. I usually like BB creams and CC creams a lot more, but for today's video I wanted to show a foundation in case you do want to use a foundation on, you know, the first time you're trying out makeup. But I would definitely recommend a BB cream. I'm going to go ahead and take a concealer. This is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I love this one so much, but a little goes a long way, so I'm going to go ahead and just put like 2 dots under my eyes and then 1 swipe on my actual eyelid. And then I'm going to take my beauty sponge, same one that I used, and I'm just going to pat that all over the lid. And I like to use concealer as a primer for the eyelid, just because it has a lot more pigmentation. Okay, and then I'm going to take the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder to set all of that in. Now, you don't necessarily have to bake like what I'm doing today, but I have really bad creases under my eyes, so I'm going to go ahead and just set that in for a couple minutes or a couple seconds. And while we wait, I'm going to go ahead and just dust off a little bit of the loose powder all over my face. This can get a little cakey, so you just want to dust off just a little bit. Put a little bit on your T-zone, your nose, and just dust off the excess. Ooh. Now we're going to dust off the eyes and the under eyes. So I didn't really bake, I just set that in for like a couple seconds. Okay, now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and bronze up the face because I'm looking a little pale. So I'm going to take the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in Light Bronzer, and I'm just going to bronze up my whole face to give a little life. Now when the line is looking a little too harsh on the bronzer, just go back with the same brush you used to dust off your loose powder and just quickly do that. Just to blend out the harsh lines. Next, we're going to go ahead and move on to the brows. So I'm going to go ahead and take the MAC eyebrow pencil in the shade Spiked. And for my brows, they're already really thick, so I don't really like to do anything dramatic with them. So the first thing that I like to do is just brush my hairs upwards just to give that like nice feathery effect. And it's so simple. I literally just draw a line underneath my brows like this. It's just a line. A line just like that, and then I like to take my spoolie brush again and just brush it upwards, blend that line in. And that is literally it. Now everyone has different preferences when it comes to their brows. I already have thick brows, so I don't really have to go all that with it. So now that we're done with the brows, we're gonna go ahead and start with the eyes. I'm taking the Pure Cosmetics Soiree Diaries palette. And this palette is really, really great because it's neutral. It has all neutral shades, so it's perfect for an everyday look. So for my transition shade, I'm gonna go ahead and take the shade Gala. This is like a very nice light beige shade. And I'm just gonna blend that all over my lid. Just blend that in circular motions, like so. And when it starts to look like this, where the edges are kind of looking round at the edge, I like to take the second to lightest shade, which is this shade right here in Socialite. And I like to just blend that upwards to my brows. And this will just sort of diffuse the transition shade and make it look a lot more blended and nice. So we're gonna get rid of any harsh lines so it doesn't look round. The next thing I like to do is take this shade right here, which is like a nice brown shade. This is in the shade Splurge. And we're just gonna put a little bit on our brush and just focus on the outer edge corner. Just pat that in, like so. And then use circular motion, like what we did with the transition color. And see, it kind of creates another round shape. So we're gonna go ahead and take the Gala shade that we took as our transition shade and blend out those lines. And once we're kind of in this state right here, we're going to use windshield wiper motion. So we're going to go back and forth with our brush. Circular motion, back and forth with our brush. And then take that fluffier brush we took from earlier, and with no product on it, just sort of blend all the colors in together so it looks nice and seamless. Now you can go ahead and just leave it like this, put on some mascara, and you're good to go. This is just a super simple eye. We only used about three shades, so it's really, really easy. But what I usually like to do is add a little bit of sparkle, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this gold shade right here in the name Glitzy. And this is just a really pretty bronzy gold color, and I'm gonna take my ring finger and just put that all over the lid. I find that applying it with your ring finger makes it a lot more pigmented than it actually is than applying it with a brush. So that's what I like to do. And see, it's not that crazy looking, so it's definitely good for like an everyday wear. So just put that all over your lid. Then we're going to take that same brush we used to take the Splurge color, and with nothing on it as well, we're just going to blend out the outer edge. Basically doing the same exact motions we did from before. Okay, sorry if I look out of place. My camera decided to die. Okay, so my camera decided to die when I was talking about mascara, and I basically put on the Tarte Tartiest mascara. I got this from my Bhakti Charm box. And mascara is just a really important way to make your lashes look fuller. It makes you look more awake, and it gives more of a length and more depth to the eye. So you don't even have to put eyeshadow on or anything like that. You can just throw on a mascara and you're good to go, because it'll just really open up and brighten your eye. I'm gonna go ahead and reapply some lip balm because my lips got so dry. So now that we're done with the eyes, I'm going to go back to the face, and I'm going to go ahead and take the Butter Blush from Physicians Formula, and this is in the color Vintage Rouge. And I think adding a blush really makes you look a lot more flushed and almost natural looking, and you literally only need to take a little tiny bit, just dab it lightly on the apples of your cheekbones, like so. I feel like adding blush literally makes me look a lot happier, and it really emphasizes my cheekbones. So now onto the second to last part of this makeup tutorial. I'm going to go ahead and highlight my face, which is my favorite part. I'm going to be taking the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter in Be My Highlight. This is the most natural, most subtle looking highlight that I have ever found. And this is from the drugstore. It's only about $3 or $4 from Essence. It's a very affordable brand, and I really love it. It just really gives me that natural looking glow from within. You see how it just gives that really nice, like subtle glow. It's not like at your face, but it's still there when it catches the perfect light. And I think when you're starting out, you don't really need a super highlighted, glowy look like what is advertised or what is seen all over Instagram and such. I think a more subtle and simple look like this really emphasizes the features on your face, which is what makeup is really all about. And you don't really need to go all out. When you're comfortable enough and you're confident enough to experiment more on the different skills and different types of makeups, I think that's when you can really branch out. But you know, when you're just starting out, I think a simple look just like this is just 10 times better than looking all caked face and you don't know what you're doing. And I just dropped my favorite highlighter. I think I'm gonna cry. Okay, so now that we're done with our face, with our highlight, bronzer, our eyes. We're gonna move on to the very last part, which is the lips, which is pretty self-explanatory. Now, for a more natural or more beginner look, you don't necessarily need to go all out and buy like tens and thousands of lipsticks and try different types of colors. You don't need that. I usually just either put chapstick, like a lip balm, or if I want to add a little bit more of a glow, I will just put on a lip gloss. But for today's look, I decided to do something that I do most of the times when I'm going to work and I don't want to have anything too crazy on my lips, and that is taking a lip liner. This is Jordana's Easy Liner for Lips in the color Rock and Rose, and this is like my lip color but better. So what I like to do is actually line my lips. I'm gonna blend that in with my chapstick. And the color, see, it's really natural. It's more like a pinky brownie color, so it's like my lips but better. And then what I like to do is take a gloss. This is the Smashbox Gloss in the color Pout. And what I like to do is just put that on my lips. Mainly focusing like on the center of my lips, just to make my lips appear more bigger, even though it really isn't, but... And this is basically the entire look. But yeah, I think this is a pretty and simple look when you're starting out as a beginner in makeup. Makeup is so much fun and you can definitely be creative with it. I think, you know, something's gonna start from somewhere, so this is a really easy look that you can start with. Just a disclaimer though, I'm not a professional makeup artist. I don't know everything about makeup. I just learned from YouTube, so hopefully someone can learn from me, because I'm pretty sure I missed a couple tips and tricks here and there. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had so much fun doing it, and I hope to see you guys soon, whoever is starting on makeup and whoever is new to makeup, because makeup is very addictive. So again, thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a huge thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!